What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Hopefully everyone had an amazing weekend leading up to this week. How are we feeling today?
Great.
That's wonderful.
I'm just ready to get this week over with.
Wow. It's a great way to start the week. It's a great outlook.
It's just the week before vacation, you know? You just want to fucking knock this week out.
It's
just
like
move at a rapid pace. Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, it's like the last week of school.
Yeah.
You're like, come on.
I know.
And it goes by extra slow.
I know, because you're just like watching the clock tick by.
And I couldn't sleep at all last night. My tummy hurt. I was tossing and turning.
Yeah.
I just couldn't sleep. Excited for the week.
I know. I took, I had a couple of the Lemmy sleep gummies last night. Divine. I actually feel like I have a very nice sleep.
I've been taking the Lemmy Chill ones.
Yeah.
And I took those last night. I didn't chill that much.
Yeah.
So. I'm going to try the Lemmy Sleep ones.
No, the sleep ones are good.
We had quite a trip back from LA that we have not talked about yet.
No.
That we posted about on our stories. Is there a dog barking in here?
That did
Whose
sound like a dog.
I
know. That was a barking dog somewhere.
Yeah, we had quite the trip back from LA. We were supposed to be on a flight at 9 a.m. on Thursday morning. Sarah and Noah got on a 7 a.m. flight. Devin and Kelly Martin got on a red eye Wednesday night. So me and you were on the 9 a.m. Thursday. We thought it was perfect time. We'll get up, we'll go. We were about to leave for that 9 a.m. flight.
Noah had to make it back for the Dead and Co show.
Yes, he did. People were asking me on Instagram, they're like, how did Noah make it back before you guys? It's like, well, our flight got delayed. It's not like we missed the flight and Noah made it.
Yeah.
I was originally going to take the 9 a.m. I remember, and you guys were like, that's cutting it close. Thank God I didn't.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, so we were delayed
multiple times.
Yeah, it was got pushed back to 2:30. We were like, all right, we could do that. We'll get breakfast. We'll go. We're on our way to the airport for the 2:30 takeoff, and Fran looks at me and she's like, and I'm like, what?
I saw the text before. Also, like, I don't know what system Delta uses sometimes, but certain people, like, I got the text message before you. I just didn't get the text message about the first delay. Yeah. So it was just like, even when you sign up for alerts, it felt like they were all over the place. So for that one, we were in the car. I got the text and you didn't. So I just looked at you and was like,
you were like,
oh boy.
It was a full gasp. You're like, oh my God. And then we were dying laughing. We were like, no fucking way. It got pushed back to 5:45.
Yeah.
We're like, are you fucking kidding me? And then right after that, so like we're laughing pretty hard at this point because we're like, oh, of course. Right after that, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I get a text that it's delayed till 10:30 at night. And this is the whole thing. It's like one person gets a text, one person doesn't. And I'm like, oh my God, no, Fran. It got delayed till 10:30. And we were just in pure shock that we couldn't stop laughing.
We have a red eye. Like all of a sudden this turned into a red eye. Thankfully, like we got to the airport. We sat there for like 20 minutes just to kind of gather ourselves and be like, is there a way for us to get on any other flight? No. Everything else was completely sold out. There was one seat. We're on the phone with the people at work, and there's there's one seat, and it's on a flight through Atlanta. It leaves in 15 minutes. We were like, I don't think, one, we're not separating. Two, neither of us are making this flight that's leaving in 15 minutes. We're at a completely different terminal.
Yeah, they're like, there's one seat on a flight that leaves in 15 minutes, and then there's one seat on a flight that's in 2 hours. And we were like, okay, so one of us just isn't making it home.
One of us is not making the 15-minute flight. That's for sure.
We haven't even gone through security. It's leaving in 15 minutes, and we're in a different terminal. Not going to happen.
Yeah, so we Ubered back to the hotel and have had a lovely...
It was actually a really
afternoon,
nice day.
To be honest. It was very nice. We went out to dinner. We had a lovely dinner. I highly recommend Salty Girl LA if you're out there.
Yeah.
I know so many people were like, that it started in Boston. I was like, I know. I saw that it started in Boston. They said they got all over that thing. And it's very East Coast vibes, which I think is why I liked it so much.
It was so good. Amazing seafood. We had really a lovely day. We sat by the pool. Yeah. We got dinner, which was delicious. Yeah. We had a few cocktails. Really,
it's exactly how I wanted to roll into LAX at 10. And at 10 p.m.
And then it got delayed again.
Got delayed a little bit more, yeah. And there ended up only being like, I think the captain said 58 people on our flight.
It was supposed to be 200 and there was 58 people.
Clearly a lot of other people made different plans. I felt bad for them because the captain was like, we weren't planning on us and the crew were not planning on working tonight. So it's like, I'm sure they had the crew and the pilot for whatever the early flight was. And then when they time out, like they got to find new people. And honestly, we don't really know what necessarily happened. We were just told that there was an unexpected mechanical issue. Mm-hmm. So it was like, okay, the plane broke or something. I don't know. They had to get a new plane. We know that because we were on a different plane. But we were just cracking up sitting at the gate because the guy, we were fine because we were in the airport for an hour. There were people who showed up for the 9 a.m. flight who were stuck in the airport all day long and were waiting to get onto this flight. So I'm sure their attitude was not as great as ours. But the gate attendant was like, okay, everyone, we're going to start boarding shortly. The crew is here. The captain is here. They're on the plane. We're ready to go. There's just a little issue with the jet bridge.
We have a minor issue.
But the way he just said little issue, he's like, there's just a little issue with the jet bridge. Well, once that's fixed, you're on the way. I don't know what was going on. They also had to manually input all of our names into the system, which was hilarious. Like, it wasn't like you just scan your boarding pass and go. We had to hold up our boarding pass, and one woman said our name out loud to another woman sitting at the computer. She had to type in our names and be like, okay, you're good.
Which was a bad sign. We were like, oh no, what kind of plane are we getting on that they have to manually type in our names?
Or they're really having some issues with the gate, which clearly they were because our gate changed 12 times.
Yeah, and we were at the airport waiting and it got delayed again. And we see this gate change at least 6 times.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is not a good sign. We are not taking off. We're not leaving. We're stuck here. Because when the gate is changing 6 times and you're already at the airport, it's a bad sign.
We were worried, but we took off.
Yeah, we made the most of it.
Got home, friggin' just exhausted all day Friday. Did nothing. I did absolutely nothing on Friday. It hit about 11 p.m. on Friday, and I realized I just had not moved from like the same spot on my couch like all day.
As we should though. Like we got home around 7 a.m. and I got home. I showered because I had accidentally sprayed sunscreen in my hair.
So much sunscreen.
So much. So we were going to the airport. After we went to dinner, we went back to the hotel room. I was like, I'm going to slick back my hair for the plane. And I had been using your mini hairspray, and for some reason, I don't know what happened, okay? We were delusional.
Yeah.
I grabbed the mini sunscreen, and I didn't even look down at it, and I was spraying it all in my hair. So much in my hair.
And in my head, I was thinking, because I was in the bathroom, I couldn't visibly see you, but I could hear the noise. And I was like, what is she doing? Because it was like, it wasn't a hairspray noise. Yeah. It was like a squeak.
Yeah, it was like, and I, so in my head, I was like, did I use up all of her hairspray already? And I looked down at the bottle and I was like, sunscreen 30 SPF all in my hair. Disgusting. So I just stunk of sunscreen for hours because I didn't have enough time to wash my hair, get on the plane. We had to leave. We were literally walking out the door.
Yeah.
Disgusting amount of sunscreen in my hair. And you know me, I take my hair very seriously. Yeah. I take my hair care very seriously. I was furiously Googling, is this sunscreen going to damage my hair? It's not. It's fine. It didn't.
Yeah.
But I had to sit with that stink in my hair for hours. So when I got home, I immediately scrubbed my head. Like just really got in there, freaking scrubbed the hell out of it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to blow dry my hair. Like
oh my God. I was like more steps than I took.
Right. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make myself feel even better right now because I know I'm about to have a fantastic sleep. I'm going to blow dry my hair. So when I wake up, my head not hurting from going to sleep with wet hair, because sometimes that happens to me.
Interesting.
Blow dried my hair, went to sleep. Oh my God. It was delightful. Didn't wake up till like 2 p.m. And then I got my favorite chicken place. My favorite chicken place in the world, Bob White. Seriously, if there's a Bob White around you, I don't know where they exist. I know there's one near me. it is the best chicken in the world, in my opinion. Their barbecue chicken tender biscuit. Oh my God, unbelievable. And even better, my favorite combo in the world is their honey mustard and their fries. Their fries are like crispy and the perfect, just everything about them are so perfect with the honey mustard. I ate it all up. And now I want it again tonight because it's so fucking good.
Sounds so good. I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you how much of a slob I was. Like,
why?
Because I just didn't do anything. I stayed in the same clothes until like 11 p.m. on Friday.
Wait, you didn't change from the plane?
Nope.
It's disgusting.
Nope. Staying in the same clothes all day long.
I could never. I mean, I'm not I'm not gonna not speak to you anymore, but I could never do that.
I'm not like so gung-ho about the whole plain clothes thing. It just doesn't bother me.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
I have to take a shower basically as soon as I'm near the nearest shower after a plane. I have to take a shower and wash my clothes, and that just may be a me problem.
Yeah, it just does not bother me at all. I showered before I went back to bed again Friday night, but it was late.
But that must have felt like a really good shower.
Yeah. It did.
You got in your bed
Yeah.
with the clothes that you wore on the plane?
I took my pants off, but I kept my t-shirt on.
Crazy. That's wild. Listen, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to be like, I'm never going to talk to you again.
Look, some people that really grosses people out. I just don't care. Like, it's just clothes. Like, I wasn't sweating. I wasn't like dripping sweat and my clothes stink. Like, you know, it doesn't bother me.
But you had the whole flight. I don't know. It's just engraved in my brain.
What's happening on the plane that's making these clothes so disgusting?
I just don't think that they really clean it like they say they do.
Yeah, but what's the difference between like sitting in this chair? We don't clean these chairs.
But it's I guess. Well, I don't get back into bed with these clothes on that I wear to work. When I go home, I change.
Well, no, yes, that's true.
I like have a thing about this
pajamas.
stuff. Like
I really don't care that much. Like
no.
I can't get
in because I shower in the morning, so I'm like whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Same, but I can't get into bed with the same clothes I wore during the day. Like if I wouldn't be able to like go like come to work in this clothes
I normally do
and then
not do
get
that.
into bed with these clothes on.
I normally don't do that. I just was like a creature when I
That's
got
fair
into
though.
my
You're
apartment
exhausted.
and I just dropped my bags, took my pants off, and got into bed in one motion. In one motion.
Did you have a good sleep though?
Yeah, it was amazing. Felt so good to get at some actual hours of sleep.
I went to. This is totally changing the subject.
Yeah,
but glad we made it
I don't have
home.
anything else really to say about our travels.
No, we made it home and it was all fine and we made the most of it. I looked at us at dinner and I said, I'm proud of us.
Yeah.
You couldn't find two more positive people about getting their flight delayed so much.
Yep.
We had a good day. Saturday, I went to my house on Long Island and there's this, I guess, carnival. We called it a bazaar when I was younger. I don't know why they called it a bazaar.
Just tried to be like a little different.
We didn't. The school did.
Yeah.
They called it a bazaar.
Yeah.
But I think some do. I don't know.
I mean, I get what they were trying to say, but I think most just go with carnival.
So I went, and it was
the bazaar.
The bazaar, but they changed it to carnival now, which kind of upset me because we've always called it a bazaar. But it's at my elementary middle school. It's close to my house, walkable distance.
Mm-hmm.
So my sister was like, we should hit up the bazaar like we always do. Like, why not? They have this great game there. It's the quarter game. It's basically gambling, okay? So there's like all these colors. You put quarters down. They roll the ball. Whatever, you win. We're like, yeah, you get Zeppelis, fried Oreos, the whole shebang. We showed up. Absolute freak show at this place, okay? It was a freak show. Like, the weird...
Of adults or children?
Everything was so strange about it. And we were so weirded out by every aspect. First of all, the quarter game wasn't there anymore. They took away most of the games, which was very upsetting. And just a lack of games in general, a lack of great rides, just a lack of everything. Like
Sounds like they really downgraded.
Yeah, like it seems like they need help, which is probably mean of me to say. But I'm like, this is going down the tubes.
Maybe they didn't have the funding this year.
Carnival. Yeah. And we were like, oh my God, what a freak show this is. And so we were like, all right, we have to play at least one game before we leave.
Yes.
And we choose a game, and it's me, my sister, my brother-in-law, and Marty, and 5 kids. Like, we're all lined up, and it's one of those horse racing games. You have to, like, throw the ball and the horse, whatever. Marty ends up winning. And he's like, the guy's like, pick a stuffed animal. And I'm like, I don't even want to touch these stuffed animals. This goes back to, like, the gross thing where I'm like,
oh my God.
Oh, like, these stuffed animals are grossing me out. But I didn't, like, think enough in time to be like, give one of the stuffed animals to the kids, because all the kids got up right away because they were pissed they lost. So I had to pick a stuffed animal, and I picked the worst stuffed animal you will ever see in your life. And I don't even have a picture of it. I'm gonna have to get I'm gonna have to
I was like, this is a little anticlimactic because
I'm sorry.
we don't know what it looks like.
I'm gonna text my dad and ask for a picture. The worst stuffed animal you'll ever see in your life. The ugliest stuffed animal ever, and it's big.
Did you pick it because you felt bad for it?
I panicked. My sister pointed.
Sometimes that's like,
and
you
she
know,
was
you feel
like,
bad for an inanimate object.
No, my sister pointed up and she was like, the dolphin's cute. And then the guy went to explain that it wasn't a dolphin, it's a different kind of fish. And then I just picked the one next to it because I was like, all right, he didn't want to give me that one. I was like, just give me the one. It was like a lemur. Oh. And it was the freakiest stuffed animals.
Damn.
Disgusting. And then we were like, let's get out of here. We're never returning back to this freak show ever again.
So that was your last trip.
That was our last trip. We have retired from going to our town fair bazaar. It's done unless they do a revamping, which they need desperately. Yeah, we're done. We're retiring. And that was my weekend.
I was at the beach, which was lovely. And Saturday the weather wasn't too great, but Sunday was beautiful.
Making a phone call?
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, are you home?
She's calling her dad.
Can you go into the basement and take a picture? Did you see that stuffed animal? If weird, right? Can you go down and take a picture of it for me? Yeah, please.
Make it quick.
Yeah. Sorry, friends yelling at me. Can you make it quick? Okay, thanks. All right. Love you. Bye. I tell my dad to make it quick. He's got to get off the couch.
We're on a tight schedule. He's got, I want to see that picture ASAP.
Listen, give the man a break, okay? But yeah, that was my weekend. But you went to the beach.
I went to the beach. It was lovely, and I don't have any other really commentary about it because it was just a very relaxing 2 days. Saturday, iffy weather. But Sunday, beautiful.
Was it? I felt like the whole weekend was iffy weather. Every day leading up is iffy weather lately.
You know where Joe's town is like a bubble. Like even when it says it's going to rain all day, it doesn't. It's just one of those weird places. And so it was actually sunny the entire day. And it was raining so many other places. Oh, God.
It's like this.
Ew, why is it hot pink?
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah, no. I don't like him at all. Or her, mom and child.
I don't know what it is.
It has a little baby lemur attached to it,
Yeah, it was the worst stuffed animal I've ever gotten in my life.
When you said lemur, I thought like it wouldn't be hot pink, you know?
No, a hot pink lemur with a striped black and white tail.
Yeah, no. No. Nope. It's a terrible, terrible pick.
Disgusting. But yeah, you're right. The town he lives in is just, there's always sunshine there.
There is. So Sunday it was actually very, very nice.
I am so excited this week because my cousin Francesca is coming on Wednesday.
The other Francesca
is coming while you leave.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited to see her, and I'm going to bring her to work on Thursday.
Oh, that's fun.
Bring your cousin to work day.
Yeah, it's bring your cousin to work day. But we have a great guest on Thursday, and she's a big fan. But it's over Zoom.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe we could throw you some headphones.
Yeah, she can just listen
in. But I'm excited for the week.
Me too.
And the Bachelorette is tonight.
It's back.
And we have Charity on this episode.
Yes.
So we are going to do the Bachelorette bios. We're going to talk about Taylor Swift, talking about John Mayer. And we're also going to talk about Lana Del Rey's little fuck up this weekend. So...
just a little fuck up.
Just a little minor issue. Just a little mechanical issue with the plan. Yeah. So let's get into it, starting off with the Bachelorette bios. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself is a lifelong process. This is because we are always changing and always growing. Therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and self-understanding to help you discover your best self. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who could take you on that journey of self-discovery and meets you where you are. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. I know plenty of people who have tried BetterHelp before because it's easy and convenient. You don't have to go anywhere. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. If you don't feel like getting in the car, driving to somewhere, or if you just don't feel comfortable doing that in general, you can talk online with somebody. There's many ways to help you feel comfortable and convenient and flexible, and it's also more affordable. So if you fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge as well. You can find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/office today to get 10% off your first month. Once again, that's BetterHelp.com/office. That's BetterHelp.com/office. Give BetterHelp a try if you are looking to start therapy. Look no further than BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/office. 10% off your first month.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another season of The Bachelorette. Season 20 of The Bachelorette.
My dad said, ask Franny, was that quick enough?
It was very, thank God, it was fast. I know he's got it in him.
Yeah, he's quick with it.
He's quick. Okay, we're back for season 20. But kind of a big deal, season 20 of The Bachelorette. They made it to 20 seasons. And we have Charity, which we're very excited about. The interview with Charity coming up. But let's go through these guys' bios.
Yes.
A lot of double names.
Going through it on my phone because I forgot my laptop today.
Okay, so we got Aaron B. He's a 29-year-old software salesman from San Diego, off to a hot start with people from San Diego. I don't know how many we'll eventually have, but the count is officially at one person. It's easy to see what makes Aaron B such a great catch. His smile lights up every room he walks into, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. Aaron B is passionate, understanding, patient, and a self-proclaimed hopeless romantic. Former football player. He is, when he isn't hustling at his job in software sales, he loves listening to Tyler, the Creator, reading James Patterson novels, and enjoying some delicious Cajun food. Aaron B taught himself how to play the violin and the piano. He eats peanut butter straight from the jar, and he is a sexophobic, aka scared of wasps.
Just say you're scared of wasps.
All around, I know, but that's like, if you're arachnophobic, it's like,
what is
you could
that?
just say you're afraid of spiders. Yeah.
You just threw that term out there to show off. Don't you feel like she just threw that out there to show off?
That's the only one that I know. That's the only one that I know.
Show off.
Yeah,
Anyways, it's a good bio.
He's afraid of wasps. But good bio. Standard. I feel like this actually is a good.
Make a wish.
Ooh, that's actually a very nice. It's a very nice bio. I like Aaron B. He's got a nice smile. Then we have Aaron S. Aaron S. is a 33-year-old firefighter from San Diego. 2 for 2.
Oh
both
my
Aarons.
God.
Aaron 1 and Aaron 2. Aaron S. is a real-life Superman. This dashing firefighter describes himself as a loving partner with a mysterious side. He's looking for a future wife who can help break through his tough exterior. He most admires his parents, who gave him and his sister the mindset to believe that they could do anything, including cage diving with great white sharks. When he's not rooting for the 49ers, this outdoorsman is happiest on the water, surfing, or paddleboarding. He likes his froyo delivered and... dropping headphones. Likes his froyo delivered and heavy on the toppings. His favorite holiday is anyone else's birthday. And his favorite movie is Austin Powers. Groovy baby. It actually says that on the page. I just want to make sure. Yeah, it says Groovy baby on it.
I loved Austin Powers when I was younger.
Yeah.
Same.
I'll be honest. I don't know if I've actually ever sat through a full Austin Powers movie, like start to finish.
Really?
I've seen parts of every single one, or like it's on TV and like I catch 45 minutes of it, but I don't think I've ever sat down and said press play and watched a full Austin Powers movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure they...
And I still I know the references,
but I loved
some trivia.
Goldmember.
What's Beyonce's name in it?
Foxy Cleopatra.
Okay. I knew that also.
And that's my favorite one.
Okay, Aaron S.
You know, what a selfless person. His favorite holiday is anyone else's birthday.
Right.
Or does he just love a good party?
Yeah,
that's
right.
What it is.
That's got to be it.
Because I love other people's birthdays
I like other people's
too.
birthday more than mine.
Just
because I like to go to a party.
Just loves going to a party.
There's less stress when it's not your birthday.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Adrian, 33-year-old realtor from Northridge,
Adrian.
California. What?
Rocky.
It's Rocky.
Oh, whoa.
Yo, Adrian.
I thought that
You
was gonna be a
needed a
bigger
little
laugh.
bit more oomph in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
didn't hit
yeah.
that. I didn't
Yeah.
get the reference at first.
Adrian.
Yeah, that one would have been
Remember at the
better.
live show where I tried to do an Al Pacino impression? It was crickets. Like, I've never heard
Yeah.
a live show that silent.
What did he say again?
I said, I don't even know.
I
It
don't
wasn't
remember.
even words. It was just like a sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian is a single father with a big heart. This caring family man comes from a blended household with 7 step-siblings. He's a believer in true love and wants to find the right person by his side to build their empire, share experiences, and grow old together. He's most proud of his personal health journey, having recently undergone a huge fitness transformation and now is a personal trainer helping others reach their health goals. That's nice. In college, Adrian majored in criminal justice. If Adrian could have any job, he would be a culinary traveler, and he loves Topgolf. Hey, it's golf. It's not golf. It's Topgolf. That's great. Good
Who
for
doesn't
him.
love Topgolf?
I know. Culinary traveler sounds like a made up thing, but also sounds like something that I would like to
Like
do.
he
That's just you
travels-
travel and eat places.
Yeah.
But is he traveling specifically because the place has a good food?
I think so. Culinary, you're going off. You're basing it on food.
Like a food critic.
yeah,
That sounds like a fantastic
yeah.
job.
It does. It does. Another. So far, I haven't
Run of
really
the
felt
mill.
any red flags yet.
Oh my God, another. Oh wait, sorry.
Braden, 24-year-old travelers from San Diego,
I
California.
was just gonna say another San
We're
Diego
at 3.
person.
The count is 3 people. Braden is a hardworking, romantic, and romantic and funny, as he is handsome. The travel nurse has big goals for his future, but says there's one major piece missing from his life: a wife. Braden has been in serious relationships before, but is excited about this unique opportunity to date Charity. When Braden loves, he loves hard and is ready to put it all on the line to find his perfect match. He loves a good cigar lounge. He's not into meditation and is looking for someone to teach him how to salsa dance. Now, I know we normally go off bios and try and not critique these people's outer exterior, you know? This guy just doesn't do it for me. More just says like
I agree. With
like
the
I
looks.
just like this guy just gives me a red flag just from his picture.
Yeah,
No offense to him. Like I said, I am judging a book by its cover at this point in time. He could prove me wrong. But there's something about the necklace and the earrings that I really am not a fan
I
of.
didn't even notice the earrings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And his name's Braden.
Yeah.
bad
yeah,
name,
I think
bad
that's
name.
also I think that also
Yo,
definitely
my name's
comes into play
Braden.
here.
I don't like meditation.
Yeah.
Oh, you meditate?
But he loves to smoke a good cigar.
Who needs meditation when you have cigars?
Yeah. That was, cigar
My
lounges.
meditation is cigars.
All right. Next up, we have Caleb A., 29-year-old resident physician from Ann Arbor, Michigan. The doctor is in. Caleb A. recently completed years of medical training and is ready to turn the page on a new chapter and focus on finding love. Currently working 80 hours a week, he spends his days off unwinding on a hike, catching up with friends, or having a relaxed night in with a movie and takeout. He describes himself as dependable and a great listener who wants his partner to feel understood and supported. Outside of having a family someday, his other dreams include building his own house and owning a home studio to continue developing his hobbies of producing music and playing guitar. That's fun. He has a pet salamander that he refuses to name until the right one fits. He loves picnics, and his guilty pleasure is trash pizza. Okay, so Caleb and I would get along because that sounds like he probably likes Domino's.
Yeah, you love Domino's.
And I like everything about Caleb as well. Doctor.
yeah.
Good smile.
Sounds like he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Exactly.
Except seems like he's indecisive because he can't name his pet salamander.
I wonder what he calls him.
Sammy.
Sally. Sally the salamander. Okay, now we have Caleb B. Two Aarons, 2 Calebs. Caleb B is a 24-year-old pro wrestler from Orlando, Florida.
No thanks.
Using the term pro very loosely.
Yeah. Caleb B might be a villain in the wrestling ring, but he couldn't be more of a softie in real life. The professional wrestler may seem tough, but he's a romantic guy who wears his heart on his sleeve. Caleb B is extremely close with his family and is hoping to settle down and start a family of his very own soon. Caleb B is the kind of guy who loves going above and beyond to make his partner feel special, and one time even hand-carved a heart necklace out of seashells for his someone. He can't control himself around donuts. He wants to get his paragliding certification. Makes a cowboy hat look good. He makes a cowboy hat look good.
Sure.
We'll be the judge of that when we see him with the cowboy hat on.
Also,
you know,
not a fan of pro wrestling.
How do you feel when people spell donuts like that?
Hate it. Why? Why are you doing that?
What's the difference, really?
They're trying to be unique.
You could go DONUTS, donuts. But is this like the proper way to spell donuts because it's DOUGH, donuts?
I guess so, but
Is donuts with DO just because of Dunkin' Donuts? Like, is that why we think that's how you spell it?
I'm gonna look
Probably.
this up. I said I wasn't a fan of pro wrestling. That's not true. I am not a fan of this fake pro wrestler.
Fair. Oh yeah, donut is an alternate spelling of donut.
I think it's a shortcut.
Some dictionaries point out that donut, D-O, is rarely used outside the U.S. That makes sense.
Sometimes when I see donut, like dough spelled out, I'm like, that can't be as good as a donut.
A D-O donut?
A D-O
Wouldn't it
donut.
make you think that, like, if I
They're
was just,
too fancy.
Yeah.
you would think that it's dough and nuts. Like, I would think that it's just dough and nuts.
That's not a crazy assumption.
Doughy
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. Okay, next we have Chris. He's a 27-year-old world record jumper from White Plains, New York.
Hey,
that can't be
that's
his
Long
job.
Island.
White Plains. No, it's not. It's Westchester.
Westchester. Sorry.
Chris is a man who lets his passions lead him. This former small-town football star is looking for the perfect leading lady to match his big ambitions. He'll do anything to be the best, and that's proven by his 2 Guinness World Records, one for highest standing box jump and the other for highest standing backflip. Chris describes himself as a confident, committed, and passionate man who is looking for his ride or die. If he could be a superhero, he would be the Flash, so he could travel the world extremely quickly. His favorite sport is dunking. Clearly, if he can jump, he can dunk. Chris likes to go apple picking in the autumn, and he loves to drink wine and binge watch Grey's Anatomy. Let me tell you something. If he has the Guinness World Record for highest standing box jump, that's got to be extremely high. Like, that's got to be so high.
He is
World record standing box jump. I want to know how high it is. 67 inches?
That's hard to visualize.
6 feet. 6'7". 6 feet 7 inches. He can jump standing and jumping to 6 feet 7 inches. That's insane.
His feet get 6 feet off the ground.
Yes, he's standing.
That's impossible.
And he can jump. It's actually not, because I saw a video of it, of him doing it, and he does it.
Wait, what?
Well, they
make him jump.
They make him jump.
Oh,
He has too many aspirations for me.
That's crazy.
He wants to break too many records.
That's ginormous.
I don't see how that's possible.
It is.
6
I'm
feet?
telling you, it's possible. I saw it. You can play the video of him doing it.
I mean, let's just believe Fran. She clearly saw the video.
It's like, and everybody else can also see the video.
I'm
Okay.
sure we'll see it on the show.
Yeah. That is That is very high. Wow. Okay. So
Of course
definitely
his
just gonna
favorite
remember
sport is
that.
dunking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why isn't he a professional basketball player if he can jump
He
that
must
high?
not actually be able to play basketball. He can dunk. Maybe there's other ways you can get involved. Okay. Next up we have Dotun, Dotun, 30-year-old integrative medicine specialist from Brooklyn. He is the full package and is so ready to find his person. He comes from a big Nigerian-American family, moved to the U.S. as a child. He describes himself as open-minded, full of love, and the best listener. He has a zest for life and even once went on a spontaneous 45-day trip around Europe. He's hoping his future wife has the same love for adventure and excitement for the little things like he does. He's terrible at movie trivia. He would love to be the head of the CIA. And interesting. And he loves his air fryer. I don't have an air fryer, but I've thought about it recently. People really love their air fryers.
I have one.
Do you use it?
Occasionally.
Yeah. Just feel like people really hype up their air fryers,
Right. I guess I could do more with it if I wanted to, but
Yeah.
I don't cook a lot of things that require the air fryer or that I'm using the air fryer.
Yeah.
Like I use the air fryer if I have frozen chicken nuggets.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of a microwave.
Yeah.
It makes
frozen,
it
frozen.
crispy and fries.
Yeah.
And
It's, yeah.
microwave makes things soft.
Supposed to be like healthier too.
Yeah.
It's actually not healthy, air fryers.
Well, it depends on what you put in there, obviously.
Yeah, but
He seems nice. I like he's got a good pick too.
Yeah, he does. He looks friendly.
Yeah. Like a guy from Brooklyn would be a good fit for her. Okay, James, 20.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Because I kind of like the mix of like Southern with somebody Northern, if that makes sense, you know? James, 28-year-old attorney from Chicago. Don't sue James for being a total dream. This charming attorney grew up on an apple farm and describes himself as an inquisitive, determined, and passionate man who was looking for an outgoing future wife to travel the world and have shared experiences together. Honest, straightforward. In relationships, he's known to write his leading romantic love letters. His idea of a perfect first date includes a trip to his family's farm for a romantic picnic surrounded by blooming apple trees. James knows enough French to get himself in trouble. Oh, James, saucy. James is an Olivia Rodrigo stan. And James has tried everything to convince his brother to get a tattoo with him, but he still won't budge.
I don't like him
James.
as a 20-year-old being an Olivia Rodrigo stan.
Yeah.
Is that ageist of you?
It is.
Yeah, it is. You know, in those scenarios, it's probably like, hey, I really like that song, Driver's License. And they're like, damn, are you a stan? Are you an Olivia Rodrigo stan?
I don't know. Like Olivia Rodrigo's so young to me still.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, she is. But she is talented, so
She
can't
is.
knock him for being a fan. Meh. No offense to
Vanilla.
James. Meh.
Yeah. He doesn't really sound like a total dream to me.
Yeah, Joe, 32.
His picture just screams like wallpaper.
Yeah. Oh. That's probably as mean as it gets when it comes to looking at somebody's picture. Joe, 32-year-old tech operations director from San Francisco, California. I almost said San Fran, but I know they don't like that. Joe is an adventurous guy with a calm, cool, and collected personality. He has worked hard to achieve his professional goals and travel the world, but is ready to find someone with whom to enjoy the journey of life. Looking for a wife who loves trying new restaurants and going hiking. Hoping his future partner is responsible, self-aware, positive, and ambitious. While Joe takes his work in the tech industry very seriously, he's also known to tear up the dance floor at EDM music festivals. Joe is a proud plant daddy. The best gift you can give Joe is a giant tub of peanut M&Ms. Uh-oh, no, you guys would not be friends. There's
with all
nothing
the
you can do
peanuts
to
in here?
convince Joe to go bungee jumping. Not gonna happen. I feel like the way that says not period, gonna period, happen period means that maybe he goes on a bungee jumping date at some point this season.
And then he
doesn't do it.
Yeah. I'm picturing him doing the classic peanut M&M shake and pop.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah. Like you're throwing some dice?
No, like it's like it's the dad shake. The
Is it
dad
only
shake
with
and
peanut
pop.
M&Ms?
The peanut M&Ms.
I don't understand the
You
reference.
don't know what?
Like, I mean, are you just saying that's the way dads eat
Oh
peanut
my
M&Ms,
God,
or is
it's-
this a specific dad?
It's a universal experience. One time I tweeted out, you hand your dad a bowl of peanut M&Ms. What's he doing with them? And every reply was like he's shaking them in his hands a little
I'll
bit
be
and
honest, I
popping
do
them in
think
his
my
mouth.
dad does that.
It's like a little like
Yeah.
it's a universal thing. I'm telling you.
Now that you mention it, I do feel like my dad does that.
I remember this tweet vividly because I was like, I need to see if other people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And all the replies were like, he's doing a little shake and popping them in.
Next up, we have Joey, a 27-year-old tennis pro from Hawaii. Love may mean nothing in tennis, but to Joey, it's everything. After graduation, this tennis pro quickly realized the corporate world wasn't for him and moved to Hawaii to live his passion of teaching his favorite sport. Spending his days on the court and evenings on the beach watching the sunset with friends, Joey's life is truly paradise. The only thing missing is someone with whom to share it with. Outgoing, friendly, and loyal, Joey's looking for a partner who can share in his love for adventure. He's a diehard Green Bay Packers fan. He's an avid stargazer, and his recent obsessions are golf and country music. Sounds like a total... Is this guy from like Chicago? And I mean, he wouldn't be from Chicago if he's a diehard Green Bay Packers fan, but he just... Golf and country music just sounds like an
avid
classic
stargazer.
white dude.
An avid, like he just goes
Man,
outside
I just
and
love me some golf and country music.
Just moved to Hawaii so he can be a tennis pro. I mean, I like his vibe. I will say, like, you know, living in Hawaii, I don't know how compatible with Charity that would end up.
Maybe.
Because does he ever want to leave Hawaii or
Right.
no?
I feel like Hawaii is such a beautiful place. Why would
It
you want to
is,
leave?
but you know, it's far away. Not everybody
Yeah.
can live that life. All right, next up we have John. He's a 27-year-old data scientist from New York. John is the perfect combination of looks and intelligent. He works as a data scientist, and while John takes his career very seriously, he hopes his job can help him provide for a wife and kids in the near future. When he isn't crunching numbers, he loves rereading the Harry Potter series, listening to Chelsea Cutler's music, trying out new restaurants in New York City. He's also best known to bust out a dance move or two, having skillfully mastered all the latest TikTok dance trends.
That's a red flag.
John has been to 5 out of the 7 continents so far. He loves to treat himself with a well-crafted Negroni, and he listens to sad pop music at the gym. I think John and I would get along.
I just picture
I
him
like so
I
too.
like him.
learning TikTok dances on his own.
You like Negronis.
I
Negronis are
personally don't like Negronis, but the men in
people in
my
your
life
family.
love Negronis.
Yeah, that's what I like.
You know,
your family,
like my
just-
brother, my dad, Joe, they all
they
love
love
Negronis.
Negronis. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you want a Negroni?
Yeah,
I'll make
my
you a
dad
Negroni.
makes a good like. I personally don't drink them, but that's another thing. And he rereads Harry Potter, likes going to new restaurants in the city. Okay, John, we'll see how that goes
All right,
for
Fran,
you.
put your panties back on.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know if I'm dying over here, but yeah.
He's no James Marsden.
No.
John Henry, 30-year-old underwater welder from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Underwater welder. John Henry is ready for a love deeper than the ocean. While he's extremely passionate about his work as an underwater welder, John Henry has yet to find the spark of everlasting love. He's looking for a woman who's trustworthy, adventurous, and has a good sense of humor. His dream is to take his future wife diving, so hopefully Charity is ready for some aquatic exploration. When he's not working, he loves hitting the gym and jamming out to A$AP Rocky. John Henry shamelessly loves pumpkin spice lattes. He prefers ornamental grasses over flowers. And he's only seen 20 movies in his whole life.
What are ornamental grasses?
Like potted grass, I think. That's my guess.
Oh,
Like if you get it's like properly groomed and I think
properly groomed.
yeah.
grass.
It's like it's perfectly trimmed
Yeah.
and even.
Yeah.
And I don't know. John, what's an underwater welder?
like when they build bridges and stuff, and you need
You got to go all the way down.
like under the water, and yeah. What that freaks me out.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, it's
This guy's a man.
process of welding at elevated pressures, normally underwater.
I don't believe the 20 movie
Interesting.
thing, by the way. He's only seen 20 movies.
I feel like he was probably just like, I've seen the same movies.
like you turn on a TV, there's a movie on.
Yeah, maybe he's never putting on a movie though.
Maybe he's a TV show guy.
Yeah, he's just never putting on movies. Clearly never putting on movies. Okay, next we have Josh, 28-year-old Harvard grad student from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. To call Josh selfless would be an understatement. He gave up a lucrative career on Wall Street and a grad program at Harvard to work for a nonprofit building international affordable housing. Okay, so it says his job is literally listed as Harvard grad student, but he gave up that to do work. So I feel like they could have given him a job description that actually is what he's doing. He says he's happiest when knowing I've made someone else's day better, which includes his 2 younger brothers, whom he helped raise. Josh isn't afraid to wear his heart on his sleeve and puts a lot of effort into romantic gestures. He comes from a tight-knit family and is ready to start a family of his own. When Josh isn't busy making the world a better place with his work, he loves playing board games and grabbing a drink at a speakeasy bar. After getting accepted into Harvard for a second time, he went back. Okay.
Jesus, he
Josh
makes
is ready to
mistakes.
begin the next chapter of his life. He's camped in 27 national parks before he was 6 years old. His favorite holiday is Easter, and he loves the sunrise hike. Okay, so the guy loves being outdoors.
And
Clearly.
favorite holiday is Easter. Thought it would have been Christmas since he's from Bethlehem.
No,
I don't get the joke.
nailed it.
Classic.
Easter's pretty
Yeah,
far down on the list for
It's
me.
like
I'm not gonna
it's
lie.
like a kind of like a throwaway holiday.
yeah,
Like as a kid, it's fun. with
No,
the
it's
Easter
awesome
egg
as a
hunting.
kid.
yeah.
When you get older and there's they take away the egg hunt from you and you're the
Yeah,
one hiding the
yeah,
eggs instead
yeah.
of finding them.
Your
They
parents
never
start
take.
giving you
They never take
baskets.
the hunt away from me.
Yeah, you stop I don't know. My mom still likes to give us a little something on Easter.
Do they hide your baskets?
No.
Still? My mom does.
You still get an Easter basket?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, that explains a lot. Caleb K, 26-year-old.
I just said my mom still gives us
No,
a
but
little
that's
something.
different
Why?
Why is that different?
because that's different. It's like your mom
My
gives
siblings
you,
are both older than Noah.
but gives you like a little gift. That's like something.
They're pretty Easter baskety.
Oh, that's different too. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
She didn't this year though. We weren't with her, but last year.
Sorry that my mom loves me.
yeah. Caleb K, 26-year-old construction salesman from Norcross, Georgia. Put him in, coach. This former Division I football player spent many years bettering himself and is ready to take the next step and find true love. As a loyal, caring, and consistent partner, Caleb K will go the extra mile to appreciate his partner's passions. What is he passionate about? Pushing himself to be the best. With a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, Caleb is excited to put his competitive edge to the test. He's a fellow Auburn Tiger alum, so he may already have a leg up. Oh. He would love to coach high school football. He's personally offended by mayonnaise. He hopes to visit South Korea and learn more about his heritage. The people who are so anti-mayonnaise, grow up. Mayonnaise is delicious. People are like, gross, this white gooey substance. Mayonnaise is delicious.
I bet you like white gooey substances in other circumstances.
I was hoping you weren't going to go in that direction. But yes. And you know what?
You have no problem swallowing white gooey substances at other points.
All right, okay. Mayonnaise, I think, is delicious.
So do I. I love mayonnaise.
You just made me not like mayonnaise.
I know, and that's how you ruin mayonnaise.
Thinking about
for
eating
people.
mayonnaise is like swallowing your own
That's
cum.
how you. That's how you ruin mayonnaise for everybody. Thank you. Now I think I'm personally offended by mayonnaise. Okay, next. Sorry, whoever I don't even remember his name. Khalid, 28-year-old tech recruiter from Dearborn, Michigan. Sweet souls, ready to find the one. Comes from a big Muslim family and has 7 siblings, so hopefully Charity is ready for some lively family dinners. When he isn't working, he loves hitting the gym and jamming to SZA. The recruiter considers himself a romantic man, but doesn't show his romantic side to just anyone. He likes to read gaming magazines. If he could have any superpower, it would be the ability to teleport, and he would love to have his own farm someday. I also agree on the teleport thing. That would also be my superhero.
That would be
choice.
amazing.
I didn't even know gaming magazines existed. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at one.
Yeah. Okay. So next we have
Michael.
So far, I'm not being, I'm not like wowed by anybody. Michael, 28-year-old, maybe some of the guys at the beginning. Michael, 28-year-old yacht captain from Chicago, Illinois. Okay.
Ahoy, matey.
Yeah, when he's ready to, Michael is ready to set sail on his journey for love. This yacht captain considers himself a romantic who puts time into the little things, often showering his partner with sentimental gifts. He believes if a woman feels safe and taken care of, the energy will be reciprocated tenfold. Although he grew up an only child, the Chicago-based charmer is also very family-oriented and wants to have a big family someday. When he's not working on his yacht, he's spending time with his beloved grandfather in the off-season. That's nice. Michael collects cologne, can't date you if you like mushrooms on your pizza, and he loves a rainwater shower head. Sometimes I truly I'd love to sit in on these interviews. How do these things come up? It's like, hey, do you prefer a tub, a shower? Specifically, what type of shower head do you like?
What is a rainwater shower head?
The one that's above you, which I don't like, and I can understand why guys like them, but I don't like them because as somebody who doesn't wash their hair every day, but washes their body, it's hard to put your hair in a towel and then stand under the rainwater, and you're like kind of doing a back bend a little bit.
I don't think I'd prefer those.
It's a whole situation. They had them in our hotel that we just stayed at.
I feel like the water pressure's not as strong as...
It's not.
It's not, and it just... You're like in the rain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your face is getting hit.
Yeah. I also don't like mushrooms on my pizza.
I've never had mushrooms on my pizza, I don't think.
Really
but I like mushrooms.
I don't really like mushrooms.
Oh, I love stuffed mushrooms. You ever have a good stuffed mushroom?
Yeah, I don't like the texture of mushrooms.
Oh, I love stuffed mushrooms.
Nick, 32-year-old HR executive from Bayonne, New Jersey. Reporting for Bachelorette duty, Nick is an Army vet who's humble, loyal, and ready to find love. He's traveled the world and is looking for a life partner to adventure with. He says he's looking for a relationship where he and his future wife can grow together and complement each other's lifestyles. He also loves to cook. If he could cook a dream meal for any 4 people, he'd pick Keanu Reeves, Bill Burr, Taylor Swift, and obviously Charity. 5 years from now, Nick wants to live in Shanghai. That's very specific. Why 5 years? His favorite local eatery is Walmart, and he's terrified of tigers.
What?
A lot to unpack in this.
Yeah, local eatery being Walmart. What,
yeah.
Does that mean he gets his groceries there?
Yeah.
Or
I do kind of enjoy his choices for who he'd like to cook dinner. That would be an interesting dinner table.
It would be.
Keanu Reeves, Bill Burr, Taylor
Mysterious,
Swift.
fun, funny.
Good laughs. Yeah. Okay. That's a lot. There's a lot to digest.
I don't think
there
Charity's
for
gonna
Nick.
want to live in Shanghai.
I feel
Yeah.
like it was one of those, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And he's like, I don't know, Shanghai.
Yeah. I mean, you think that's what
Yes. I mean, he's probably
think
still
that's
going to the Jersey
the
Shore.
normal answer? Yeah. Peter, 33-year-old airline pilot from New York. He is ready to find his co-pilot. This commercial aviator has traveled. Another Pilot Pete? We can't
Oh my
possibly have
God.
another Pilot Pete.
Pilot Peter.
I hate
Pilot
when they
Peter?
do this.
Or maybe this is Pete the pilot.
Peter describes himself as the life of the party and hopes his future wife can match his positive energy. Peter considers himself a man of faith and truly believes that his future wife is out there. Peter is addicted to chapstick. He never loses in Mario Kart ever. He loves to play
Play me.
pickleball. I was going to say, we'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, we're pretty good at
Peter.
Mario Kart people.
Pilot Pete.
You know that they did that on
Peter
purpose
the pilot.
too. Like, why would you? He sat in an audition. He was like, I'm a pilot, and they were like, you're
And your
hired.
name's Peter, you're in.
Done. We don't have to
Done.
ask you
Lock it
any
in.
further questions.
Lock it in. Okay. Next up, we have Sean, a 25-year-old software sales rep from Tampa, Florida, who also used to be an intern at Barstool Sports.
Yes, he was an intern at Barstool Sports.
And so this is really one
Weird.
of the... We
Software
haven't...
sales rep, huh?
Yeah, I
where
know,
he's at
right?
now?
Like, that's where...
That's where
is
he
that
went
where
to?
we went? I will say that we never really have had somebody we have known beyond this show.
Like, actually.
So this is a little bizarre.
Right. We used to see him around the
he
office.
was in the office every day.
Can't say we talked to him much.
No,
but,
not much. But little background, Dave used to just call him Hot Sean.
Right.
Just because Dave thought he was just like too attractive to be working here.
Mm.
And now he's on The Bachelorette. So Sean is really someone special with gorgeous blue eyes, a great career, and an adorable French bulldog. This guy has it all.
When did he get the dog?
I don't know. That must be a new thing. The only thing Sean is missing from his life is a wife. And he says, I'm just looking for the girl of my dreams to share my life with. The software salesman has worked hard in his career and even just bought his very first house.
What?
Sean
My
is excited about the
God.
possibility of
This guy
bringing
grew
Charity
up.
home and starting their lives together. I know. Clearly living a different life down there in Tampa.
He's a full adult.
Yeah, he saw Barstool Sports and said, this is not for me.
Yeah, I want to be grown.
Sean is self-admittedly a terrible texter. He likes to dip his chocolate chip cookies in whole milk, and he takes pride in his great head of hair. Yeah, we know that. I think he might be a little self-absorbed.
I think so too. And you know what? I think he wants to be famous because
I don't think that's a crazy take.
because he wants to. He was an intern at Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
and now he's
Yeah, and I always felt like he liked having the camera on him when he was
he's like,
around
oh,
here, you know?
I'm Hot Sean.
He didn't like not like Dave calling him Hot Sean.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's who's not gonna. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, some guys would probably get embarrassed by that.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, I'm Hot Sean.
All right, Sean, we got our eyes on you, buddy. Spencer, 32-year-old medical sales director from Moore Park, California. This single dad's got humor and heart. As a father to a young son, Spencer brings a lot of life experience to the table, including having the courage to change careers and pursue his master's degree. When he's not talking to medical professionals in his sales job, Spencer enjoys riding his bike along the ocean. His ideal date would be going on a hike through the orange groves outside of his hometown, Moore Park. Spencer's hero is Anthony Bourdain. He loves to read Jack Kerouac novels. Spencer dreams of running for political office one day to help his community. Okay. A little boring. Nothing really crazy there, I would say. Tanner, 30-year-old mortgage lender from Pittsburgh. Tanner is 100% husband material. This fitness instructor is extremely close with his family. Not as many fitness instructors this season.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also a mortgage lender with his family and hopes to find a relationship as special as the one his parents have. While growing up, Tanner and his family rescued over 50 dogs. Oh, wow. And he hopes to rescue more with his future wife. Charity, hopefully you're ready for some puppy love. Tanner is truly looking for his forever partner and says that he thinks about finding love all the time. Anywhere with a golden retriever is Tanner's happy place. Tanner's number one enemy is a messy kitchen, and he loves giving high fives.
Yeah.
All right, high five guy.
Up here.
Up here, pal.
Come on, where's my high five?
Yeah. He had me until we got to loves giving high fives.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel
Odd.
like you just don't want to be like the high five guy.
It's just like, what do you get out of a high? I mean, like,
Clearly, it brings him joy. You know?
I also hate a messy kitchen.
Yeah,
so
so
much.
much. Yeah. Taylor, 32-year-old loan officer from Springboro, Ohio. Taylor's got class clown energy. This endearing self-described goofball is going to give everything he's got for love. As a partner, Taylor is a trusting guy who has confidence that he'll find the right person someday. Even though he may not always go above and beyond with romantic gestures, he will surprise his partner with breakfast in bed or a cup of coffee before she wakes up. After work, he can be found taking his miniature schnauzer, Alfred, for a walk. Taylor takes forever to fold his laundry. Taylor follows the Renaissance periodization diet. It's all about macros, baby. Taylor likes music you can bump and grind to. What the hell does that mean? He just eats like meat, a lot of meat?
I guess. I'm stuck
Renaissance
on the
periodization
music you can
diet.
bump and grind
Bump
to.
and grind to. Okay.
Okay, Taylor.
You know, I will say, as far as I truly universally love most dogs. Schnauzers
I don't even know if I could picture.
They
what
don't do
look
it for me.
They got that face.
I just don't like that cut.
Yeah, their haircut.
You know, it's the traditional.
They have an interesting haircut.
That's the traditional haircut for schnauzers, which I don't love. On any dog, really. We had a Wheaten Terrier growing up. They were also supposed to have that kind of haircut. We never cut her hair like that.
This is their high maintenance too.
Yeah, they are. Warwick, 27-year-old construction manager from Nashville, Tennessee. Warwick describes himself as loyal, kind, and adorably awkward. While he may be a bit of an overthinker, once Warwick is comfortable, he's got a lot of love to give. He's very close with his family, and his mom's Japanese roots are extremely important to him. He's been to Japan multiple times and even understands Japanese. His dream date is grabbing a romantic dinner and then going to see a play. He is excited for the chance to fall in love again and can't wait for his Bachelorette journey to begin. He is a rule follower, he likes Legos, and he dreams of going to an English Premier League game.
I feel like you like this guy.
I do. And his picture kind of gives me like
I know what you're gonna say.
Disney Channel vibes. Like he just popped out from behind a door.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I'm here.
You know? That kind of situation. Nashville, also a very popular Bachelorette world destination. Okay, we have one left, and that is Xavier. He's a 27-year-old biomedical scientist from Carborough, North Carolina. Xavier is one tall glass of water. This 6'6" whoa, Chris can jump higher than him.
Oh my gosh.
The 6'6" scientific researcher has also got the smarts and charisma to match. In a relationship, Xavier will shower his partner with compliments because he generally wants to see his future wife happy. His parents have been happily married for 30 years, embody the type of relationship he wants to find. He says Xavier says he most admires his mom and wants to find a partner who can give their children the kind of love he received as a kid. He enjoys knitting. He built his own computer for playing video games, and his ideal first date is skydiving.
He seems like a well-rounded guy.
He seems super sweet.
Yeah.
I just, first date skydiving, that's too much.
Oh, yeah. No.
That's like out of the Hitch playbook.
How about a nice glass of wine and
Right, get a drink.
and a meal,
Or maybe a meal.
Skydiving is just too much. Talk about throwing yourself into the deep end, though. You really see how somebody handles like a high stress environment.
I feel like that's a start to like a toxic relationship. Yeah. Like let's go skydiving.
Right.
And then every date after that, you have to do something more extreme.
Everything has to be totally over the top.
Yeah.
Like anything normal just becomes boring.
Right. Yeah.
It's a dangerous line.
It is.
Okay, that wraps up for everybody. I will say, seems like a great group of guys. I didn't really see anybody that I was like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that I felt like I kind of got the ick from right off the bat was Brayden.
Yeah, because
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and I didn't really like pro wrestler guy Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb B.
But they said he's soft on the outside, so I can imagine he's gonna end up being like a really nice guy.
Yeah,
You
soft
know?
on the inside.
Soft on the inside. Sorry, villain on the outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Crunchy on the outside.
Yeah, but
So-
looks great in a cowboy hat. Okay, that wraps it up for all the guys. We're excited to see how they survive night one.
Yeah, and Cutting Stems is back tonight.
It is.
So look for that on the Chicks in the
No
Office YouTube.
Trent, but we'll be
No
here.
Trent. He's
Son of a
sadly not
bitch.
here, but it'll be us and Kelly,
Yes, it
so that'll be fun.
I personally love gift giving. I love gift receiving. It's great. It's fun. And especially giving or receiving jewelry as a present, it's great, but it can be tricky to get right because especially if you're investing in a nice piece for yourself or for somebody else, you want to make sure everything about it is absolutely perfect. That's why we want to share what makes us feel the best about a jewelry purchase, sourcing it from BlueNile.com. Blue Nile offers thousands of independently graded diamonds and fine jewelry at prices significantly below traditional retail. Whether you're looking for a bit of summer sparkle for yourself or a gift for someone special, Blue Nile offers peace of mind with every purchase with some of the highest quality standards in the industry. You can design your own earrings for something custom and fresh, or check out their necklaces for a timeless essential. Rhea and I both received earrings. They're beautiful. I have diamond studs. Rhea, these beautiful diamond gold hoops, classic. You want to dress up any outfit, this does that. It's just like timeless, beautiful. It's a great gift to give somebody, or if you want to drop a couple hints to somebody, you can have them check out Blue Nile. If you have questions, Blue Nile's jewelry experts are on hand 24/7 via phone or chat. From technical questions to budget suggestions, they're here to help you find a gift you can feel great about. Experience the ease and convenience of shopping Blue Nile today at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
All right, moving on. Taylor Swift talked about John Mayer this weekend. She played Dear John at one of her shows.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm not re-releasing this album so that you guys can go on and defend me against somebody from something that happened when I was 19. Like, I don't care about something that happened when I'm 19. We're good.
We're good.
I doubt anybody's going to listen, though, because his comments were still flooded with...
no, they won't listen.
With, she was too young, like all this stuff. And like Taylor's like, no, don't do it. But
I also think
still doing
Dear
it.
John is such a great song that people just really hold on to like the lyrics because they just really like the song so much. Even Taylor was like, I'm going to play the song. It's not because like I'm still living this. It's because I'm very proud of this song, which she should be. I was so jealous. I will say that night, Minneapolis, 2 great songs, Dear John and Daylight, phenomenal. Up there with Getaway Car and Maroon, I will say for sure. Because Dear John's the one that you're like, is she gonna go near this? And she did, but I thought she strategically did it in a smart way, because it's like, Speak Now is coming back out. We only got a few more weeks, literally a week and a half till it comes back out. And in her mind, it's like, okay, let's warm them up, right? We're gonna do this, but I'm gonna talk about Dear John a little bit because I know when I re-release this, everybody is going to go to war for me again, which clearly she's up there saying, you don't need to do that. We've all moved on.
But they still do it.
But
I told
why
Kelly
do they
Keith,
still
it's
do
reverse
it?
psychology.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, come on, guys, don't do it.
Why do they still do it?
Yeah. Because
She's saying don't do it.
I know,
and
they just
still
can't
do
help
it.
themselves.
They can't.
it's the same as like Selena fans when Selena's like, hey, please be nice. And they're like, no.
Right.
We will continue to defend you.
Do you think there's
till
part
the
of Taylor
end of
where
time.
she's like smirking a little bit? She's like, I told them not to.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm Taylor in that situation, you're like, look, I did what I had to do.
I saw people.
I said it, and now it's out of my control. My hands are clean.
People were saying like, oh yeah, like she said, it's been so long, but she put out a song like last year about him.
Yeah, but that was like a bonus song.
But it's about him. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, or whatever.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean, like, I don't know. I find that it wasn't necessarily coming at him. I still think she should still be allowed to write a song about.
Yeah.
A
But if
point
you're
in
still
her
writing
life.
songs about him, then maybe you do care.
Maybe. I just think she likes, she writes
I
songs
think
about
you,
her
like,
own experiences.
Reflect on your life, and
Yeah.
maybe you don't care anymore, but it's still something that happens. You're like, this would be a good song to write
Yep.
about because I'm reflecting, but like, do I actually care in my day-to-day
Right.
life? No.
And like, it's not like she's writing the song thinking, I'm writing this because I know it'll get everybody to fucking hate this guy and like go after him. I don't really think that's.
Listen, he still has fans. He still has people showing up to his concerts.
Exactly. He had a beautiful weekend.
Trust me.
He's doing a bunch of, Dead and Co. last tour.
Yeah.
He's almost done with it, but
How's his back?
He seemed fine. He was
standing on Thursday.
standing. I
Really?
think
He said he
took,
was
like-
going to sit.
He sat for the second half of that night before, and then I don't know. He must have taken some pills or something.
yeah,
Or maybe
I
got
don't
some
know.
chiropractic
Let me
help.
tell you something.
Yeah.
Those shows scare the shit out of me.
It's
I
a
just-
little
There's some
overwhelming.
creatures
for-
running around.
I truly like.
some.
I'm too easily rattled by my surroundings.
Uh-huh.
And I know, like, if I was in that environment, I just would need to leave. Like,
For
it
anyone
would
not
scare
survive.
me.
Me too.
I had a friend who was there. She posted on her Instagram story, and it was during the, like, and I was talking to my friends who were all there. They were like, "Oh, we don't like that part." But it's when they do the drums, the space, and the everything.
yeah.
And
I kind
she
of
was
don't
on the
care about that
floor, and there's just, you know, these people that are like chanting and dancing and twirling, like they're going in circles. I'm like, this is witchcraft.
Yeah.
Like, this scares me. Please, I would need to be removed from the premises. And everybody's on drugs.
No,
like,
you see some
Yeah.
people who are
some
so
severely unpredictable behavior. You just don't know. Like, I feel like somebody could just jump out and like try and bite you or something.
Right. No, I agree. This has happened to me more as I like get older, is that I used to not be so aware, like not aware of my surroundings, but I used to not really care.
Yeah.
Now I am overly aware,
I'm too
of
aware.
my surroundings
Yeah.
at all times. And if I get overwhelmed, like
Totally.
I went to Broadway in Nashville in October when I was there for the wedding, and it was Halloween night. And after the wedding, we went down to Broadway, and I was on that street for 5 minutes. And I said, we have to get out of here because I have a bad feeling about this. Like, just looking around at all of the people running around in their costumes drunk on Broadway, I'm like, something bad's going to happen, and I need to get out of here.
No,
like,
I know.
Just overly aware of my surroundings.
I know.
I like to be safe.
Same. I just way too much out of my comfort zone for sure. But yes, I will say, honestly, congrats to the people in Minneapolis who got Dear John and Daylight. Truly, that's top notch.
Yeah, I
as
saw a
far
lot
as
of
surprise songs go.
jokes being like, all right, the rest of the tour is canceled.
I know. I'm so excited for Speak Now to come out. I can't wait.
I really just, 1989, I'm really just waiting for
I know
the
you're
day.
just waiting for 1989. I love Speak Now. I love so much. I'm very excited. I have pre-ordered the vinyl as she posted, like the purple one. I'm excited for that to come.
Yeah,
when
you do
it
have
is.
your player.
I do. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Last topic. You brought this up to me.
Yeah, this was wild. So Glastonbury was this weekend, big music festival. Literally, I don't know the exact number of people that go, but it looks like a million. Like, it's
It always-
anytime you see those crowds, it's unbelievable. It looks like so many fucking people. I think it's one of the biggest music festivals that exists. Lana Del Rey was up there, like headliner performance this weekend. And I believe today's Monday. So was it Saturday or Sunday night? Saturday night. Had to have been Saturday night. Saturday night, she was supposed to go on, I believe at 10:30 p.m. ish. And then there's like a hard stop at midnight. It's like, that's it. Sound, everything has to be shut down. Hard stop. She comes out 30 minutes late. The people are going crazy. She comes out 30 minutes late. She does this little speech where she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to rush through my set because my hair takes long to do my hair. And everyone was like, you could hear the crowd be like, what? This is what she said. She said, I was so fucking late that I'm about to rush this set to death. If they cut power, I'm super fucking sorry. My hair takes so long to do. Let's keep on running the set as it's supposed to go. So she does what she can, really. Like, she takes up the time that she has. And then, of course, they cut the time. They cut her off completely. Her mic got cut off. She was singing video games. The rest of the crowd started to sing video games because her mic was off. So everyone in the crowd is singing video games. And then there's a video of her that she's just nicely being escorted off the stage. They're like, ma'am, your set is over. Like, you can't, like, we need everybody to leave now. So you can't just stay on stage and make everybody else sing your songs because you were late to your set.
It's kind of a waste of her hair taking that long, right? Like, she took that long to do her hair to play a shorter set. Now everyone doesn't get to see her hair for as long.
I know.
Start your hair earlier, Lana.
I know. It's literally a headlining performance. Like, I would be so furious if I was a massive Lana fan and I traveled to fucking Glastonbury for this. Like,
Wait all day.
And then she goes on stage and is like, sorry, my hair took too long. I'd be like,
Needed to
just
hairspray
fucking
it.
go out on stage when the time, or it's like,
If you know you have to be off
If
the
you
stage at
know-
midnight,
exactly.
exactly, you have to get out there.
If you know you have a hard stop, it's not like, oh, I'm a little late, but we'll just go a half hour later. It's okay. No, if you have a hard stop, get your ass out there.
Yeah, it's crazy when artists do that. Like you said, if you can go later, then go later.
Yeah.
I think that's okay. I think it's so rude when they know they have to be off stage and they're like, sorry.
I know.
Just like a lack of
Ocean.
consideration.
Or at least like, I respect the honesty, but also make something up.
Yeah, say something else. I mean, also at the same time though, like at least she was honest. It was like, my
that's
hair
what I'm
takes a
saying.
long time.
I was like, look, my hair wasn't done. I couldn't come out here.
You got to get a faster
man.
hairstylist or start earlier.
Yeah. I don't think the fans were too happy. It was a mixed reaction of sorts. Because of course some people are obviously like, oh, we're happy to see her. We love her so much. But you're wondering, hey, what would that last half hour been like? Mm-hmm. So you can fit a lot of songs in that amount of time. So
one can dream.
yeah. I thought that was kind of nuts.
It was nuts. And I think that wraps up the topics, but we're going to get into our interview with Charity.
Everyone thinks about that day that they'll eventually get to retire and enjoy all the freedom that comes with it. But who says we have to wait decades before we get to kick back and chill out? Take advantage of that free will and spend the summer chilling like a retiree and pair those moments with Coors Light, the beer that's made to chill. It pairs well with that retired state of mind. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold, so you know when it's time to grab another. It's perfect for all your summer plans or lack thereof. No judgment here. It's perfect for a weekend of spending time at the beach. Maybe you pack your cooler, get some Coors Light in there, head to the beach. Maybe you're going out. Maybe you're celebrating something, headed to the bar, get a nice Coors Light bottle. So always when you're ready to chill, do it with the Coors Light. This summer, chill like you're retired with Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the lovely Charity Lawson, the newest Bachelorette whose season premieres tonight. She's looking absolutely stunning, gorgeous, ready for the season. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, so you look every bit the part.
No.
100%. The dress, the makeup, the hair, like
absolutely stunning.
Sweet. Thank you.
My gosh.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? It's here finally. I know you have to wait months and months for everybody to watch it. Excited or kind of like,
It's everything. I
Okay.
mean, truly, it's excitement. But like, as you know, knowing it's tonight, like I'm so anxious. I'm anxious just because I know, honestly, everything that
So you know
happened.
what happened.
Right? So now it's like, okay, what's gonna make air, and just honestly how everyone's gonna react to it. Like it's a lot. It's a lot weighing on me, but
Right,
I'm so excited for you guys to see.
Now, we ask every Bachelor and Bachelorette this question.
Yeah.
What is the biggest misconception you had going into the show? What surprised you the most? Because I feel like you have an idea going into it and then it's just a whirlwind.
I think like when I accepted like the role of like Bachelorette, I was like, oh, like this is gonna be so easy. Just considering like obviously my time on like Zach's season, I was like, okay, like this isn't like as crazy as it is, but like times 20, like I'm sorry, but it's hell. Like it's actual hell trying to navigate like so many like different relationships, and then obviously they're all like very different, but like ultimately I'm here for a purpose, so it's like I have to like figure out what's best for me, and that's so hard, like so hard. So I think people like may have an idea of like how this all works, but like truly like no one understands it until you like are actually in the trenches. Yeah,
fully living it and also being on the opposite side.
Oh, for sure.
Because when you're a contestant, it's way different than being the lead. You have to handle the conversations. You have to remember everybody's name.
Yeah, I was like having my little flashcards.
Yeah. Now, because you get to the way, and normally they do it this way. Sometimes they don't, but normally it's, they pick somebody that was on The Bachelor and they get to be the next big star. Did you feel like you knew how you felt on the contestant side? Was there anything that you went into being the Bachelorette as like, I'm going to make sure I do this?
That's a good question. I think like I noticed like while I was filming, like I was trying to like reassure the guys a lot, like about like the process of it. Like, I hate using that word,
Right.
but like truly that's what it
It
is.
is.
But,
Guys, trust
like,
the process.
Yeah, like you'll notice, like, I don't know, like obviously won't be shown, but like a lot of guys really confided with like the whole like logistics of like, you know, just the cameras and stuff, and like me trying to like assure them that like, okay, like you just have to get to a place where like that doesn't matter. And I found myself doing that so much. So like obviously like being a contestant, like I know how it is, and like once you get to a certain mark, like all that like doesn't really matter anymore. And I was just like, hang on, like I'm trying to like beg them, I'm like, hang on, but yeah, some of them like it just gets caught up. So yeah.
Right. Besides obviously finding the love of your life, what was one goal that you went into this season having?
I really wanted to grow in like my ability to be like more decisive. So I really struggle a lot with like indecisiveness. And so I was like, this shit's about to get put to the test.
Especially here, they're like, you better pick and choose.
Yes,
right?
like,
You cannot
it's,
be
like,
wishy-washy
ridiculous.
in this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, rose ceremonies are like difficult for me. Yeah, I mean, it's just hard. It's like hard making decisions, especially like I'm like an empath, so I could connect with people like really heavily early on. I just feel for like people's emotions. So yeah, like me learning to just make decisions and like sticking to them.
Do you second guess a lot?
Yeah, but like it's so crazy because I don't think I do that much this season. So like that's like a refreshing thing and like a change that I saw in myself. So yeah.
Right. That's great.
So, what is the big plan for watching episode 1? Who do you want to watch? Who are you watching with?
Plan on surrounding myself with friends and family. Obviously. And so having like my support system, I think will just be helpful because like I said, I know how all of it like plays out, but it's just going to be so weird watching it back.
You plan on watching every single episode?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's no way you can. It's appointment television for anybody, everybody anyway. Like everybody, the live tweeting, there's like a whole aspect to it.
Yeah.
But I just, it must be crazy that you have this major secret of basically the entire season. I know. Who have you told?
For months already.
For months. Who have you told how it happens?
Can you tell anyone?
Can you tell anybody?
Yeah. So the thing is like I only am allowed to like tell my family, obviously, because like they were there.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Do they have to sign something?
But
Just gasped. Why was I surprised by that?
right.
Obviously.
So only
it's just their given word.
Yeah. Only family knows, which is like insane because like obviously like I'm really close with the girls from last season. They're like at my throats trying to find out. I think some of them think they know. They don't. So yeah, it's like really hard, but I think it'll start. Hopefully, it'll be. People will start like guessing as the season.
Do you think that you'll be the type of bachelorette that joins in on like the social media craze of it all, or are you kind of just gonna like sit back, watch, see what happens? Because I think there's both, and I love a mixture of the two. Gabby Windy is so great, and she's one of our favorites, and I think it was so funny when she would like tweet something about the or when Matt James with the kissing with the eyes open, there's some awareness there. Then I also understand not wanting to say anything.
See, that's the thing. It's like I'm like a 50-50, like very much like I can be sassy or like have fun with like clapping back and like trolling people. But then also it's like I know like once this really does come out, it's like there's a level of like privacy or just like, I don't want to have to like respond or like have to always actively be on social media. So I don't know, who knows? But I did like promise some people that I would live tweet. So we'll see how interesting that gets.
Right. When you mentioned an interesting point, when you open the floodgates, then people expect more.
It, exactly.
And like if they know you're not the type to respond to everything, they won't expect you to be on it as much. But when they're like, oh my God, she responds to this. Right. Now I'll say this to her and say that.
So I'm like not trying to do that because I will go back. I wouldn't be that girl.
And we've known that you are the Bachelorette for months now. How has the response on social media been for you? Like since the announcement, obviously you were filming the show for a large portion of that. But now you're back.
Yeah, like I got swifted away pretty quickly. So it's like I didn't really get to like soak it all in. But once I got back, like it was honestly refreshing to see like how much like outpour like people really had in response to it. Cause it's always a hit or miss. And then I'm sure like I'm not going to be like someone's first choice and that's okay. But for the most part, like just I think a lot of people were really like in support of like me being the Bachelorette, which made me feel really good. And it was like it was nice to see once I got back. So
now we don't usually talk about this, and I don't know why, but do you know? No, it's
interested.
It was very
Where
easy.
you're gonna go.
But the fashion, I feel like we don't really discuss that. And when you walked in, like my jaw dropped at
my
your
God.
dress, and I feel like you have such amazing style.
Oh, thank you.
Did you really try to implement your style during this season? Did you have a lot of
1000%.
input? Because I never know when it comes to that.
1000%. That was like on my radar. Like when I was like, okay, I'm the Bachelorette, I was like, oh, the outfits, like what is gonna happen? And I remember like obviously like watching Gabby and Rachel's season, there were some things I was like, I just don't know if like I would ever wear that, but I was like, that's their style. And so I wanted to see how much I was like gonna give like or have full autonomy to like be able to like say what I wanted to do, which was the case. And I definitely was like really like hands-on, very vocal about what I did like, what I didn't like. So you'll see some like iconic looks that I'm really excited
That's
for.
got to be such a fun part of it. You know, like kind of a break from all the stress is like, who doesn't love picking out clothes
exactly.
and
That's
outfits
like
and coming
as
up with
tired
something
as I
fun.
am, like waking up in the morning, I was like, okay, I get to wear like my favorite, like one of my favorite outfits.
Right, I know. And it's funny because it is like, it feels like a superficial element of being the Bachelorette,
So
but also
superficial.
one of like the best perks of being the Bachelorette.
It's the
It's
best,
like
one of the
you
best.
really get to live out, I think, a lot of dreams you have of like wearing maybe like some princess gown on a date or like something crazy.
How would you describe your personal style?
I would say it's very like chic, but also like I have like this element of like glam to it, but it's not like, glitzy glam. It's just like a little heightened, and I don't know if that's like the Southern in me. Like we just love to do things like kind of big, but like
put it
in
up a
between,
notch.
just a little bit, but like chic and glam, definitely.
I love it. I can't wait to see those looks.
Yeah.
So
I
good.
want to learn a little bit more about you, because I feel like everybody jumps right into the show and it's just like, here is Charity.
Yeah.
She's the Bachelorette. But what, Charity, the person, give us a little background bio, because people we see it written out, but we don't really get to hear.
Like
and I'm
the
sure we will on the
details.
show for your season, but when
Yeah.
you're a contestant, you don't get to share that stuff.
I want to go, as you talk about it, I want to go back and find your contestant bio and
Please.
see how much it matches.
I
you know
want.
what I feel
I
like
actually
that's
want you
kind
to
of
bring
fun.
that up right now because I'm pretty sure there's one thing I actually need to address. Either was it the bio from last year or this year? This year, it's also probably not fully accurate, but it's okay.
Let's see. Describe yourself as I look for this.
Okay,
Because I'm just going to take. No, I have to go to the ABC website.
So, obviously, Charity, me. I hate talking to that person. Charity, me. I am from the South, so originally from Columbus, Georgia, which is a small southern city. I would classify myself as like a small town girl, I guess. I don't know. But grew up there primarily majority of my life. I'm the youngest of four of us. There's four total. Youngest of 3 siblings, and I'm the baby, so that definitely makes me a little spoiled. You'll see that. But really close with my brother Nehemiah, who gets his little debut on the show too. But we're super close. Talked about my parents a lot. My parents are were married for like so long, 48 years, and I look up to them a lot. My dad was in the military, so we kind of like, before we like stayed in Columbus, moved around a lot. But once I got here, went to like really big schools, like, top tier schools. Education was like so like hit on for like my parents, for us. And so went to like really good schools, ended up going to Auburn, which is obviously a really big school as well. Had a great college experience. Met some of my best friends from there. Navigated like crazy relationships. My interests would be like football, I guess. Like I would say I'm a big football person. Love shopping, exercising, mental health. That's like my things. I'm trying to think like other fun facts. I'm
I
so
have
bad
the bio.
at it.
I have
I'm
it.
so bad.
Just you
really gave us all. I'm like, she's got this down.
I want to go back and talk about other things too, but what is...
It says it's easy to see what makes Charity such a great catch. With a smile that lights up the room, a great career, and a sweet personality to match, Charity is the total package. The Georgia beauty takes her name as a call to love and care for people and has built her life on that purpose. Charity is a mental health therapist and is extremely passionate about helping people live their best lives. Now she's ready to receive the love she gives to so many others. Charity hopes her future husband is honest, loyal, and shares similar morals. I will cut out the stuff about Zach.
I don't need that.
Fun facts. Charity's all-time favorite movie is The Notebook. Charity wants to move to Walt Disney World
See,
one
that's
day.
not true.
Charity throws me an axe. I was going to call you out for that and be like, don't tell me you're somebody who wants to live in Disney. Because we love Disney.
Talked about that. We were like,
we were like a Disney adult.
Let's clear the air now. Like, okay, so I don't know when I like saw like my initial like bio from last season, I saw that and I was like, I don't remember ever saying that. Like I never like truly said I want to live in Disney World. So they probably asked me like, have you been before? I'm like, yeah. And so it's like
I love it so much I'd live there.
Literally, it's like,
It's the best. I wish I could live there for a day.
Take one sentence and makes it like your whole personality trait. I'm like, no, that I never said that.
Like how often have you been to Disney?
Literally like, okay, so I cheered growing up. So like a lot of our competitions were in Disney. So like that's kind of where like my experience like came from. But then even after that, like maybe as like in high school, like 3 times. But like not like where I'm going every single year or like twice a year. Like the season passes.
You have
like,
the itinerary.
Yeah, like no.
You don't have the t-shirt ready to go.
No, don't have matching shirts with the fam. Like we're good.
Right. But I feel like the rest of the bio described you pretty well. I mean, you mentioned some of those things. And so it sums you up. But I'm really happy that we get to learn more about you.
Yeah,
this
you'll see a lot of like conversations where I unpack a lot of stuff.
I want to ask you about Auburn, like massive school.
Huge.
Beautiful. What was your major? What did you you're in a sorority, right? How was that?
Yeah, it was good. You know, big school, so it's like you know, you only like meet so many people. It's impossible to like just be so well known on like a campus like that. But wasn't a sorority, and so I did not end up rushing until like my sophomore year. So like I didn't come in like freshman year and did all of that. But bunch of like my best friends are from my sorority, so like that like definitely like aided to like my experience, made it so much more fun. Was pretty close with like a lot of like athletes, like people who played sports, like also like was another like niche of people that I was like super close with. But overall,
they were like their own.
It's
like their own fraternity.
It
sorority
literally is like if you played a sport, you were like separate. But a lot of my friends too, like also were athletes, so like it just it made sense. But yeah, no, Auburn was great. Like Auburn. I had the best time. If I could go back and do it again, 100% would not choose another school. It's just like a tight-knit like university, so I love that. That's like why I was drawn there to begin with. But
because you were in a sorority and then you had to go live in a house with a bunch of girls for The Bachelor, did you feel any similarities to that?
So yes and no. I would say like Bachelor was like way worse. Like way worse in a sense, just because like space and just I don't know, like these are obviously like people that are not similar to like obviously the girls in your sorority. So it's like so many different personalities in one roof or under one roof. But it was still fun nonetheless. Like,
I know, and I do feel like with a sorority, you know, you have that feeling where you kind of all picked each other.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like personalities are kind of similar, like vibes are
like
similar.
you did not pick the other people you went on the show with.
Not at all. Not at all.
So then what was like post-grad life like for you, and then how did you end up even getting on The Bachelor?
Yeah, post-grad life for me, like once I like originally graduated, like undergraduate, I took like a year off before I went back for grad school. So I was like just trying to like get my footing and like working and seeing like what I really wanted to do. And so then like once I decided, I went back, got my master's, and so like that transition was just kind of like, it was weird because I don't think I ever like really fully had like the what's it called, like the adulthood like from college like transition, because I was like in grad school while I was like simultaneously doing that at the same time. So it was like a week after I graduated my master's, my best friend like texted me and she was like, I nominated you for the show. And I was like, what show? Like I did not know what she was talking about. And I remember like getting like a call from like a California number, and I didn't answer it because I was like, I don't know, but it was a casting producer, and so she was like, yeah, we got a nomination for you. And I was like, this bitch like literally like, she really did.
She really did it.
Right. And so like I talked to her about it, and then just like reflecting back, I was like, I can't believe you actually submitted this. She was like, no, like this is like your time. And I was like, I'm graduating grad school. Like what makes you think this is like the perfect timing? Like my life is in such a transition right now. But then like I sat on it, and like the more I talked to like the producers about it, I was like, I don't know, like it might just be like good timing for me, because like I'm not in a relationship anymore. I've had time to be single. Like I'm getting my footing with everything. So I was like, I don't know, like this might just be like my shot. So ended up going on.
Yeah. Were you a relationship person or like a casual dating person?
So after my like long-term relationship, it became like I was a casual dater.
Okay.
Like I was like, I'm not getting any relationships right now. Just kind of want to see, like, honestly, I felt like my whole outlook on relationships changed after that relationship anyway. So
college
I was like,
relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely like tried to see like what my new interests were, seeing what it would look like dating other people, and that was like fun, but it just wasn't like wasn't of substance, you know. Y'all
And
know
then
how it goes.
doing that obviously led you to being the Bachelorette. What was that conversation like? Did you think like, because there's conversations like that all the time.
Oh my
like,
God,
where
exactly.
People are like, oh, will I be the Bachelorette? You know, there's a chance.
It was one of those things, like I can honestly say, like, obviously there was like other people in conversations of like, okay, this person could also be it. And in the back of my head, I like struggle a lot with just like imposter syndrome, or just like I'm such a humble person, so I never place myself on like a pedestal and be like, oh, it's definitely going to be me. Like I never thought that for a second. And so when I was told, like, obviously I know like there was like split reviews of like, she already knew, but like I totally didn't know. Like obviously it was in conversation, but like I didn't fully know. And so like definitely was a crazy,
just a shock.
crazy,
And you really didn't have, you were told, and then it was pretty quick, right?
yeah,
That
it
you
was
were
like-
like night one
Yeah,
limo.
yeah,
Right.
like,
and
outta
was it
here.
an immediate yes from you? Were you like, yeah, I'm just going to do it, go right into it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it, and like the question even of like Bachelor in Paradise, like I was like, I don't know, will I survive on Paradise? I was like, that might be also hell. So just like, I think the ability of like I said, just kind of going into it hindsight, or just like thinking I have an idea of like how much control I would have, or being in the driver's seat. I was like, okay, this sounds like, it might be for me. So why not? And so
So night one, we're all about to watch limo entrances. Everyone gets so excited for this. How are you feeling that night? And how, I guess, it's so hard when we talk to you before the show, because it's like, I don't, there's so much you can't say.
Yeah.
But how involved, we saw your brother obviously get out of the limo, and like it's a big joke.
Yeah.
How involved was he night one?
Yes. Obviously did not know my brother was coming at all. So that was like,
so that's surprise
that
one.
was a big surprise.
Yeah.
Jesse like really threw me for a loop when he was like, it's gonna be someone from your past. I was like,
Oh, you're just, names are running through
you
your
don't
head.
understand.
Like,
I had
please,
like,
God,
I was
no.
like, are you
You're
kidding?
like, oh, God.
Like, this is not the time. Not the time. So I was really freaking out. But then obviously when my brother got out the limo, I was like, what are you doing here? Because I literally just saw him like 3 days ago. So I was like, what the hell are you doing here? And he was like, obviously he couldn't let you like go through this night alone. So it was like really like comforting to have him there. He was like this calming aspect. But then initially like I had no idea like what he was going to be doing. So like we had like our first like greeting, and then like he went away. So I was like, okay, don't know where he's at, don't know what he's doing. But like now I had to like shift gears to like meeting the guys. So like it was nice, but still like.
But then it's also like, you're nervous to meet all the guys, but
then it's
the
like
back
my,
of your mind is
my
like,
brother's in there chilling
where's
somewhere.
my brother,
Right.
And what's he saying?
Exactly. So I had no idea like what he was doing, but then obviously we know, like we see that he kind of goes undercover. So for majority of the night, that's where he spends his time, just kind of gathering intel from the guys.
I like when they add fun new elements and switch it up a little bit. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they've never done anything like this before, right? Where they bring a
I don't
sibling.
think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think
No,
we've seen
no,
that. I mean,
no.
obviously later on in the show, but I don't think night one they ever really bring like a family member to join.
Right,
Which I like
I
put
do
on the
too.
pressure.
I know.
Like, let's,
I wanted to see them squirt.
Exactly. And like, it's a good way to test.
To weed out the bad ones.
Test
For
them
sure,
out right
for
off the
sure.
bat. You can be like,
Yeah.
Because normally, in a normal dating scenario,
I wouldn't have my brother show up on the first
right,
date.
exactly. But even like if you were seeing somebody and they met your family, and if they didn't immediately click,
Right.
you'd be like, this could maybe be an issue. So
Right.
it's like right off the bat, let's
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
And I feel like you don't want somebody who's like too confident, but you don't want someone who's scared.
That's
like
the
someone
thing.
who
Oh my God,
respects your
yes.
brother but at the same time, you know what I mean? Like not with
Yes.
someone who's going to run away.
Yes, exactly.
Were there
Exactly.
any limo entrances that really just shocked you?
Yes. There is one limo entrance where a specific guy asked me to kick him in the balls, and I was like, did not know what was happening. I was like, is this for real? But it was
do
like,
I
it was
actually?
just such a peculiar,
Like, do you really want me to do this?
I didn't
You
know.
might need those later on.
Did not know.
Right. It's like, are they not there?
Yeah, exactly. I was questioning so much. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Oh, man.
And then there was one that I thought was really cute, but like towards the end of the night kind of weirded me out. But
It's like,
he
Started
did,
off
like,
good.
yeah, like
oh my
a
God, I
GoPro.
love that. That's so fair. It's like, oh, and the initial reaction is that was so sweet. But
It
then
was.
you're like,
It was
wait,
cute, but then it
maybe
like
that
ended up
wasn't
becoming like
sweet.
something that was like he did the whole night. Like every time we talked, I was like, it was just like this little GoPro, and so he was like making like a home video of like to show our future kids. It was a cute concept at first,
Right.
But then it like
And then it's
everything.
like,
I was like, hi, I'm with your
Right.
mom again. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
can we move
all right.
the camera?
Yeah, that's a little creepy. I like the idea of like, this is when we first met, put it away,
Yes,
don't
and
bring it
that's
back
it.
out the
Right.
rest of the night. I think
Right.
that's cute because then if it does work out, then you
Then
have that
exactly,
moment.
exactly.
Well, you have it anyway because it's filmed on TV. But like selfie style. But yeah, that sounds like it's too much.
it was
throughout
doing
the
too
night.
much. But like, yeah, no, the guys were really like creative, but also it was more heartfelt. So like you'll see more like limo entrances that are just like where they're just like talking, having a conversation, which I don't think we see. We always see like no shame, like the corny shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
where it's
of
like, you know,
course.
you have to like, they love that. So they try to pull that out of the guys, but I think they kind of went with their
Right.
own lead. Yeah.
And I feel like the show always, it ebbs and flows, right? Like where sometimes it feels like we're so social media
Yeah.
focused and like, why are we here? And they're here for the
Yes.
right reasons, the whole thing. And
Oh my God.
it does kind of feel like it's not like slowed down's not the right word, but the immediate fame post show, like there was an era where it was so crazy.
Yes.
And I feel like it slowed down a little bit, which is kind of nice because it
refreshing.
feels
Are
a
you
little bit
kidding?
more genuine for
Yeah.
the contestants. Did you feel like you had a lot of genuine guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I had a lot of guys who, I'm going off what they said,
Right.
just have like never really seen the show, or like a lot that like got nominated. I just feel so much at peace when I hear like, oh, I didn't sign up for it,
Right.
versus like I got nominated and like I'm taking like a leap of faith because like I don't know, like it resonates with me. So
Right,
I'm like,
'cause it's
okay,
like, I
yeah,
did that.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
same thing for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But like no. The intentionality behind like a lot of these guys, like it's just so different, and also like they're a lot older too, so like that age is definitely like a
Yeah,
huge
it's a
part of
factor,
it.
yeah.
Like they're like 30, 31. I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
Not like 22, 23.
right.
Yeah, so
I feel like that always does make a big difference. And I'm sure you got to travel to some amazing
Yes,
places.
yes.
Was that a big perk of this all?
it was,
this whole thing?
yeah. One of my favorites was like Fiji, and so like
Oh my
never,
God,
yeah,
I
never,
wish.
been, obviously never been there.
Yeah.
But I was like breathtaking. Like didn't have to do anything.
only
just sit
imagine.
on the sand and just stare because it's insane.
That
So,
is a dream.
yeah.
place.
It was hot, but it was good.
Yeah.
So I know, like we said, you can't really share too much because we all have to watch it unfold. But
Yeah.
we know every season everybody gets to a certain point. It's like fantasy suites. Things start to get serious. Did you have any preconceived notions going into fantasy suites that
Never.
you were like,
Never. Like
What is
I
this?
made that promise of like I'm not doing no shade to Zach,
Right,
but
right.
like the whole like no sex, like
Yeah.
I'm not making a promise
Right.
because I
You
don't
didn't
know
make
what
any
the hell-
vows to
Yeah, I was
yourself
like,
before
no.
you went in.
Like I literally don't know what's gonna happen. It's also not fair for me to make like a decision for like other people because like I'm not the only person in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what they need, so it's like trying to meet them also halfway. But yeah, like I will say that week is
yeah.
just chaotic.
That's what we love to hear.
Right.
That is what we love to hear.
Yeah.
We always ask everybody too when they come in before their season starts, like, are you happy? Are you good right now?
Truly.
Yeah.
No, great valid question.
Yeah.
I'm happy with how things turned out. I can say that. So
That's a good.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I think that leaves you on the edge of your seat.
Everyone always says
And let me
that.
tell you, everybody says that same thing.
Right.
And we're
And
like,
it all turns out
and
differently.
sometimes I think back to the season and I'm like, that person said that and they definitely didn't mean it.
No.
You know?
They lied through their teeth. She could be
We're
lying
like,
to us
we
right
saw
now.
how the season ended. I don't really know if they meant that.
Yeah, no.
I do have to say though, sitting here with you and
Yeah.
meeting you and talking to you as a person has made me so excited for this season.
Oh,
I feel
yay.
like, it like ebbs and flows, with like who the Bachelorette is,
Oh,
how exciting
always.
it could be. But I feel like you have just this such like fun personality, and you could tell like you are truly you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're authentic, you're yourself, and I'm really excited for the season.
Yay. I'm excited for you guys to see. It's going to be great.
We can't wait. So obviously, everybody make sure you're watching
Yes,
tonight.
yes.
ABC, 8 p.m. You all know the drill.
Yep.
This is not news to anybody.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Oh my
Right,
God,
yes,
duh.
let me
Change it.
correct.
Sorry,
9
sorry,
p.m.
9
You know
p.m.
what? I went through, I say it all the time. It's like the same. It's like ingrained in my brain. We're going to have to teach ourselves to say 9 p.m.
Yes, 9 p.m.
Well, I feel so bad. I have no control over that.
Yeah. 9 p.m.
We're gonna be up
After-
late.
I know.
Hey, 9 p.m. after Claim to Fame. I
Yes.
agree. That's
Yes,
the way
yes.
it's going.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's very exciting. And we can't wait to see how
I
this
can't wait.
unfolds for you.
Thank you
Yes,
guys.
thank you,
You guys
Charity.
are so sweet. It's so fun.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. We hit 140,000, so thank you guys for subscribing. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.